A man in the 1900s who shows the terrible effects of tuberous leprosy. Wang, the human unicorn, never actually performed in the freak show. He was found in China by an ambitious banker who snapped a photo in 1930 of the 13-inch horn growing from the back of his head. The photo was sent to Robert Ripley, who offered money to exhibit Wang in his auditorium. Ella Harper, or Camel Girl, was a freak show attraction. The Camel Girl was born in 1873 with a condition which caused her knees to bend backwards. She was featured in W. H. Harris's Nichols Circus in 1886. In 2014, a city in Iran called Isfahan was the location of a number of brutal and horrific acid attacks against a number of women. An Iron Man from the past, dressed in a diving suit. The suit's name was also Iron Man. It was equipped with an electronic charging and pressure protection system in 1907. Walter Yeo was one of the first to undergo a skin transplant and advanced plastic surgery in 1917. In 1961, Enos the chimp lies in his flight couch before being inserted into NASA's Mercury Atlas V space capsule, in which he would become the first primate to orbit the Earth. Women boxing on a rooftop in 1938. Something tells me the woman on the right is not going to win. Building the London Underground in 1898. The short-faced bear is an extinct ancient bear that lived in North America over 11,000 years ago. They were extremely large bears, weighing more than a ton and standing up to 12 feet tall. Despite their enormous stature, the bear could also run up to 40 miles per hour. A young Joe Biden in the 1960s, before his dementia took hold. An amazing picture with no explanation or caption needed. Not everyone liked bikinis in Miami Beach in Florida in the 1980s. A kangaroo hits a photographer for trying to photograph him in 1967, and I for one agree with the kangaroo here. An ostrich carriage being stopped by the police for crossing the speed limit in LA 1930. A woman drinking tea in the 1940s in the aftermath of German bombing raid during the London Blitz. A young man demonstrating against low pay for teachers in the 1930s. A 17-year-old Julianne Caponi was sucked out of an aeroplane after it was struck by lightning in 1971. She fell 2 miles to the ground, was strapped to her seat and survived 10 days in the Amazon jungle. After 10 days, she discovered a boat moored near a shelter, with its fuel tank still partially full. She poured the gasoline on her wounds, which effectively removed the maggots from her arm. Julianne was the only survivor of the Flight 508 crash on December 24, 1971. A watch stopped at 8:15, found in Hiroshima. A bride leaving her recently bombed home to get married in London in 1940. Moses by Michelangelo is a marble sculpture. One of the numerous intricate aspects of his work of art is a little muscle in the forearm that only contracts when the pinky is lifted. Otherwise it is undetectable. Moses is raising his pinky so that the teeny muscle there is contracted. The attention to detail here is impeccable. 3 Jewish survivors of Auschwitz who met again after 73 years apart. Barely older than a toddler, young boys were used to help sweep chimneys. Women kneeling next to the bed of a child in an underground tunnel during the bombing of London in World War II in 1945. Following a German air assault on London, a young kid returns home from playing to discover his house has been demolished and the bodies of his mother, father and brother buried beneath the debris in 1945. One of the most beautiful trains ever made, the Mercury Streamliner, designed in an Art Deco style by Henry Drew Bayes for the New York Central Railroad. Here's one captured in Chicago in 1936. There's on a cigarette break in England, 1960. A startled bystander at the annual Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras parade in 1994.